the verdict speaks for itself, right? This was about Johnny getting up on the stand, telling his story, and telling the truth.
The cat's out of the bag. Amber has fired Elaine and hired a new lawyer, and Camille has something to say about this shocking new development. Unless you were in a coma, you must know that Amber is switching legal counsel going into her appeal of the Johnny Depp defamation trial verdict due to the poor performance of her previous attorneys. The new team is one that just bested mighty politician Sarah Palin in a recent trial. Will this change how Camille now approaches the case? Should she be afraid of this fancy new legal team? Stay with us till the end as we answer these questions and much more. Camille became a fan favorite for the way she fought tooth and nail and cross-questioned Amber in court and led her client to victory.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question.
However, now a clip from Camille's closing argument is going viral as Heard supporters note she has supported the Aquaman actress in it. As per the clip, the lawyer accidentally called Depp an abuser. But this mistake does not in any way mean that she was secretly teamed up with Amber against Depp. She is the reason he stood victorious in that trial in the first place, and she will continue to be critical in the upcoming appeal that Amber has lodged. What will make this appeal even more challenging is that Camille won't have the advantage of an incompetent and clueless legal team as her opponent anymore. There's a new sheriff in town. She has every reason to be afraid of what's coming next, as Amber has acquired the services of the best in the business. Ben Chu has also mentioned about the team of new lawyers hired by Amber Heard, as he has spoken about him working with them on a case together in the past. While Ben understands the kind of people Amber's new lawyers are, it could mean that Johnny's legal team are a bit on edge, as the competition has just become equal and the case has taken a 360 turn. Not entirely unexpected, the move by the Aquaman actress to cut loose her main attorney, Elaine follows weeks of judicial jockeying by both Heard and Depp to have another kick at the courtroom can with notices of intended appeals. Having seen ex-husband Depp awarded $10.4 million by a Virginia jury on June 1st after an explicit 6-week trial, Heard has now hired David Axelrod and J. Ward Brown to represent her attempt to rescind the judgment. Ben Rottenborn, a Virginia-based Woods Rogers vendor Venture Black, will remain as a co-counsel. The Burley decision to bring on board Philadelphia-based Ballard Spahr lawyers Axelrod and Brown was made public Monday in a court filing in the Old Dominion. The makeup of the new defense team makes it apparent that Heard's appeal will focus on the First Amendment aspect of her legal fracas with Depp. We welcome the opportunity to represent Ms. Heard in this appeal, as it is a case with important First Amendment implications for every American, said Heard's newly minted attorneys in a statement this morning. We are confident the appellate court will apply the law properly without deference to popularity, reverse the judgment against Ms. Heard, and reaffirm the fundamental principles of freedom of speech. Specializing in the freedom of speech clause in America's founding document, Axelrod and Brown served as a counsel to the New York Times' successful battle against Sarah Palin's libel suit over a sloppy June 14, 2017 editorial in the paper. Due to the legal team's brilliance, Palin's legal action was unanimously rejected by an Empire State jury and the judge overseeing the matter on February 15. So it seems like Amber's not playing around this time. Her recently hired team has a track record of winning civil cases, especially the high-profile ones, so they won't be too affected by all the public scrutiny and the spotlight, unlike Elaine and her inexperienced team. But how has the internet reacted to this breaking news? Let's take a look. One user tweeted, "So looks like Elaine Breithaupt is stepping down as a counsel for Amber Heard while Rottenborn is staying on. From what I saw of the trial performance, this is a smart play by Amber Heard's team. I wonder what, if any, retirement plans she has." I'm really glad Amber keeps Ben Rottenborn. He is an outstanding lawyer. I hope her new legal team from Ballard Spahr will do the best. Having a new court jury that is not tempered like the one before for sure will help too. Added another fan. Is anyone else nervous now that these may actually be competent lawyers? I felt safer with EBs. What, if anything, could this mean for her chances to win an appeal? Continued this person. The reason it all came down to this is the sheer number of blunders that Elaine and her legal team committed throughout the trial. With the exception of Rottenborn's May 27 closing argument, the palpable First Amendment grounds was peculiarly almost ignored in the trial. And Instead, even with Heard on the stand a number of times, Breedhoft allowed the defense to get snared in a he said, she said with Depp's wily brown redneck lawyers. Faced with an onslaught of social media mockery, it was clearly a losing proposition for Heard, who said she was heartbroken when the verdict came down. We are sure Camille must be heartbroken right now, too, to hear that she has to face a fierce opponent in court now. Even though we can only speculate on how Camille must be feeling and reacting to this news, this move by Amber to get rid of Elaine in time was praised by the rest of the legal community, who feel that this could be advantageous for the Aquaman actress. Texas civil lawyer Catherine Lizardo, who followed the trial closely, said she expected the change in the legal team and noted it would benefit Heard. This is a good move for her because it would give her a different point of view legally from the counsel. Lizardo told the Post, "Appeal lawyers are a different breed of attorneys who are experts in the nuanced and specialty field of law." Lizardo explained, "If Amber Heard did not hire an attorney that was familiar with the appellate system, then she would lose," she said. Lizardo also noted that it takes a certain demeanor to argue an appellate case, which in Virginia only allows for each side to speak for 15 minutes before a 3-judge panel. Elaine Breedhoft's style at trial and her time management issues wouldn't work for appeal. Lizardo said, "We saw when Elaine would ramble on or argue unrelated matters, and that would be very detrimental if she argued similarly in front of the Court of Appeal judges." New York civil lawyer William Newman told the Post that Axelrod and Brown's maneuvers in Palin's case against the Times signal the type of strategy the legal team will use in Heard's appeal. The lawyers had focused on trying to prove that statements made about the 2008 Republican vice presidential nominee in the Times piece weren't made with the actual malice, which is a higher legal standard applied to cases involving public figures. By selecting a lawyer that famously made the argument in the Sarah Palin case, that tells me that actual malice is going to be something that they are going to likely focus on in this appeal. Newman said, "It's smart that Heard is still hanging on to one of her Virginia lawyers from the trial, Benjamin Rottenborn. I think it's a good choice." Newman said of hiring Axelrod and Brown, "Ballard is a very well-regarded firm. She's in good hands. It's still very good to have local Virginia lawyers working on it too," Newman added. Former California Appeals Court judge and current criminal defense attorney Elaine told the Post that hiring new lawyers for an appeal is routine and has many upsides, including gaining the expertise of an appellate lawyer and getting a fresh set of eyes on the case. A trial lawyer is almost too close to the issues, Denidina said, whereas an appellate specialist might be able to look at what happened in the lower court record and have perhaps a different perspective or a different strategy of how they might be successful on appeal. What an attorney might want to do at the appellate level is perhaps second-guess some of the strategies or actions taken by the trial attorney, and the attorney who handled the trial would obviously not be in a position to be critical or to second-guess their own actions, the former judge noted. Preparing to go to appeal mere hours after the verdict was announced earlier this summer, Heard officially gave notice to the court on July 21st. In this game of legal chess, Depp filed his own appeal notice on July 22, still expected to put up the $8.3 million bond required under Virginia law for her to conduct a challenge to the verdict. Heard's lawyer have a September 4 deadline to file their appeal. This means this case could be back in front of judges and a new jury when Warner Brothers' sequel Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, featuring Heard, dives into theaters on March 17, 2023. Should Camille be afraid of Heard's new legal team? While you let us know what you think of the entire situation, don't forget to like and subscribe.